Right there. Him.
I've been chasing these dreams, falling down my team. I make bread while I sleep. I don't stress, I just breathe. Being broke ain't my thing. I've been chasing these dreams.
Quinshon Junkins, the running back of the Cleveland Browns, warned the NFL and the Cleveland Browns about Shedeur Sanders. And also, the Cleveland Browns have hired their defensive coordinator. We getting ready to talk about it all right here on Sports Talk with B. Watts. Do me a favor. You got to do me a solid. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Hit that notification button. It'll let you know whenever I go live or drop a video. Share this video. Hype this video. Join the membership. Join the membership. Anything that you do will be highly appreciated. Let's get this show started. Let's go. Quinshon Junkins, the rookie running back for the Cleveland Browns, who also was injured during this season. I think he missed his last 4 to 5 games with a leg injury. I'm sure he's out there rehabbing and ready to go. He was asked a question about Shedeur Sanders, the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. And he said some key things and some words, encouraging words about Shedeur Sanders. When you listen to the Cleveland media, or where they try to describe Shedeur Sanders as a quarterback and as leadership for the Cleveland Browns, but it's different from inside their clubhouse, inside the team. That his teammates tell a whole different story about Shedeur Sanders. Let's listen to what Quinshon Junkins had to say about Shedeur Sanders. Quinshon Junkins.
How is it having Shedeur as QB1?
Man, it's fun. Shedeur is, he's a great talent. Also, he's got a good personality. He's fun to be around. Me and him are very attentive to detail in practice.
Oh, nice.
Also, we got personalities. We spend a lot of time outside of the building, so being with him is cool.
What's he like in the locker room? Is he a leader?
Yeah, I think, to be a quarterback one of any team, you have to have that locker room and have a voice. So I think a lot of the guys believe in him, and just having that relationship with each other, I think it means a lot too.
That's Quinshon Junkins, the starting running back for the Cleveland Browns. I'm telling you, Shedeur Sanders' teammates know who he is. I don't care what the Cleveland media say, but the players in that locker room always come back with a positive message when they are asked about Shedeur Sanders. Quinshon Junkins said he's paid very attention to detail. That means he's in that playbook together with some of his teammates. And also, he said he's a leader in the locker room. When you start hearing reports coming out, once again, by the Cleveland media, when they don't know, they just out there throwing stuff up and hoping it hit the wall, negative stuff, because they really don't know. Mary Kay don't know what's going on in Cleveland. There's nobody in our organization is talking to them. Nobody but Kevin Stefanski and his staff. They were putting out false message. We know why. We know why he was doing that with Shedeur Sanders. It's because of Dylan Gabriel. And we saw how Dylan Gabriel performed last year. Looked like he don't even belong in the league. But moving forward, he said Shedeur Sanders is a leader in the locker room. And he also said they spend time together on the field and off the field. That brotherhood. You can't beat that brotherhood. And lastly, you remember Shedeur said when he was asked who was his favorite teammate, he said that rookie class in a past interview. Matter of fact, let's listen to Shedeur talk about Shiloh and his teammate. Listen to the question that she asked Shedeur and listen to the answer that he gave back to her. Shedeur Sanders.
The greatest player of all time is?
Deion Sanders.
If there was a player that I wish I could play with, who would that be?
Shiloh Sanders.
The coach that's taught me the most.
My dad.
The player that's taught you the most.
It's not even just one. I'll probably have like a solid 5.
Who's your best friend in football?
I would say the Browns rookie class.
That's Shedeur Sanders in an interview talking about his teammate. Said the rookie class is his favorite players on the team. The rookie class. That hungry dog unit that they put together for Shedeur Sanders last year. And he also said, hey, I want to play with Shiloh too. Now that will be exciting to see if that happens. I hope it do. I really do. Yes, I do. But once again, Shedeur Sanders' teammates, they think highly of him as a leader, as a quarterback, and they love spending time with Shedeur on and off the field. They just like it. They like the dude. He's likable in the locker room. No matter what the Cleveland media say or try to divide the team, they know what they got in Shedeur Sanders. And their head coach too. Andrew Berry already done told him. I don't know what the problem is. Andrew Berry done showed you. He ain't just told you. He have shown you that he cares for Shedeur Sanders. And the owner came out earlier during last year and said Shedeur Sanders was Andrew Berry's pick. And Andrew Berry trying to hit on that pick. He gonna make sure Shedeur is set up for success this upcoming season. He gonna make sure Shedeur is set up for this upcoming season. Watch and see. Watch and see. Watch and see. They're gonna build that offensive line. And he gonna get Shedeur some weapons on that offensive side of the ball too, at that wide receiver position. We're not going back in this year as Jerry Jeudy as the #1 wide receiver. I promise you that. Andrew Berry see the writing on the wall. He want to win. He know he got to win to keep his job, and he's in charge. He's in charge, and that's what the Cleveland media can't stand. They can't stand to see Andrew Berry in charge, because if you follow the story of all offseason, they want Andrew Berry out of there. If Kevin go, they want Andrew Berry to go. How can you get rid of the boss? He the boss. Andrew Berry is the boss. Yeah, we got rid of your guy. He can do that. They don't want. No, they don't want that over the other one. They really don't. That's what that was about. They did not want Andrew Berry over. Yeah, Kevin Stefanski. The only reason why they wanted him out of there. But moving forward, let's move forward. Andrew Berry has hired the defensive coordinator for this upcoming season. Got to remember, Jim decided not to come back. Jim Swayzer, who was the recent defensive coordinator. But, you know, everybody was talking about, hey, if Andrew Berry lose Jim Swayzer, he'll have a job the next day. Well, guess what? A lot of teams had vacants as a defensive coordinator. Not one phone call went to Jim Swayzer. Take that, Tony Grossman. Take that, Mary Kay. Take that, Anthony Lord. Jason Lord. Take that. Take that. Nobody called Jim. Don't nobody want Jim. They had a team. Don't nobody want Jim. If you look at the defense, go look at the games. Look, go back and check out the scores of each game that the Cleveland Browns played. Yeah, they had a good defense. They got a good player. They were giving up 31 points just about every game. Every game that they lost. So what's so special about Jim? They're acting cray-cray. Now gave up a unit, a position that had Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward. He probably had the third best defense in the NFL, and he gave that up, thinking somebody else was gonna call him. Man, they saw it. Hey, they saw it just like I saw it. Man, you only did that because of Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett was the best defensive player in the league this year. And you ain't did that special. Because if you had it, they would have called you. Matter of fact, if really Andrew Berry and their owner thought more of Jim Haslam, they would have hired him as a head coach. They would have hired him. And all you heard, go back and check what everybody had said about if the Cleveland Browns lose him. He'll be picked up the next day. Dun. Seattle, they got a defensive coordinator. The Raiders, they got a defensive coordinator. Falcons, they kept their defensive coordinator. So who's supposed to be calling Jim? Tennessee, they got a defensive coordinator. So why Jim didn't get called? Is he supposed to be the great one, the best one? Why didn't nobody call him? But anyway, I'm going to leave that alone. Mike Rutenberg, the passing game coordinator for, as you see on the screen, he was previous also the Jets linebacker coach, the 49er passing game coordinator, the Jacksonville Jaguars assistant linebacker coach. So he got some experience. He's been around the different teams, and I guess he impressed them during the interview more than the rest of the candidates. So he'll be running the same defense, the 4-3 defensive scheme that Jim Swayzer and the Cleveland Brown defense ran. And, hey, we're going to see what they can do. Now, keep in mind, this will be his first opportunity as being a defense coordinator. So you got a first-time head coach in Todd Munkins, you got a first-time offensive coordinator, and you got a first-time defensive coordinator. Hey, it's the new Cleveland Brown. It's a new day for the Cleveland Brown, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do. Also in the news, the Miami Dolphins have released Tyreek Hill, the wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins. That's a good pickup for somebody. Will the Cleveland Browns reach out to Tyreek Hill agent? Because he'll be a free agent now. You can go out and get him now. Tyreek Hill. Now, you got to remember, he's coming off a severe knee injury and a ACL tear. I'm sure he's working on getting in shape. But he might not be that number one wide receiver no more. He could be a good or number 2 or 3. Yeah, wide receiver. A second or third wide receiver on somebody's team. All you got to do is just throw that little hitch pass to him. Let's see what he can do. I got a question for you. Would you like for the Cleveland Browns to go out there and bring in Tyreek Hill for Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns this year as a free agent? I think he is about 29 or 30 years old. Put it down in the comment section. Let me know how you think about that. Should the Cleveland Browns, Andrew Berry, kick the tires on Tyreek Hill, who's been released from the Miami Dolphins? They got a new GM. They got a new head coach. I guess they decided to go separate ways from Tyreek Hill. I guess, when it comes to the National Football League, hey, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? Now, he got hurt during the early part of the season. I guess they say, hey, it's time to cut ties with Tyreek Hill. So it's going to be interesting to see who pick him up. I'm sure somebody will pick him up. All right? Once again, the Cleveland Browns have hired their defensive coordinator, Mike Rutenberg, from the Atlanta Falcons. He was the passing game coordinator. He now will be the signal caller for the defensive side of the ball. And also, Quinshon Junkins talking good about Shedeur Sanders. He's a leader in the clubhouse on that football team. And that's a good thing to know. All right? Hey, I got a live show tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Come on back and chat with us. I got one of the best chat rooms on YouTube. Come on back and be a part of the broadcast. Will you do that for me? Hey, we look forward to see you tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, peace.